Okay guys, here I am again, fixing up the, flaring. Okay, here I am again. Now, today I'm going to show you something probably a little bit more unusual out of the Festool range, which most people probably generally wouldn't have, and you really don't find that much information on them. And now I've got all the greats, I've got lots of different sanders, and for instance, I've got, these are my new sanders that I bought. That's the circular one, and I bought the iron-on one. This is great because it's only got a 2mm orbit. Great for finishing, getting into the corners and all that. I've already got a square one, which I think of the LS 400. But these are fabulous. I just have them sitting off the side. They're ready to go anytime I want. Don't have to plug them in. Don't have to put them in hoses. They're fantastic. I love both of them. This one's great for this little finishing thing that you just happen to be doing, and just pick up the sander and you need just to do it. And then this one is great for sort of general orbiting thing. Same thing, just immediate, grab them, fantastic. I love them. Okay, but that's not what But that's not what I'm on about today. Today is I bought some sanders a while ago to do a job. Some heavy duty sanding. And everyone knows about the Rotex. I got the Rotex 90, the Rotex 150. Have had them for many years, and they're a great tool. But I did a project where even the Rotex was having a problem. And even the Rotex with I'll try again. Take two. Even the Rotex with a 40 grit paper was having a trouble trying to take it on. That was, I was trying to take off the 2-pack of a big Jarrah bar that on a hotel which I designed many years ago, and the shop fitters were going to do a stupid job by, I don't know, using belt sanders and all sorts of crap, and it was never going to happen. And I did a demonstration to my client, even though I'm the designer of the hotel. I did a demonstration to my client showing what Festool can do. The sample I did was great because the Rotex did it fabulous. Then I hit the real bar. And guess what? A brushable 2-pack can be around about 3mm thick. And that was like liquid Laminex. And even the Rotex was having troubles. I mean, it was getting through it, but it was having troubles. So I went and bought, at the time, now I've had these for a while, but I bought at the time this one, which is the, well, are we trying to stop this flaring? This is the RAS 1.5. Oh, sorry, RAS 115. Festool don't have these anymore. They've discontinued it. I don't know why. Maybe it didn't sell well or something like that. But they're a great sander for what they do. Hang on guys, just 1 minute. I just got to get my glasses because I can't even see what I'm doing. That's it, I'm blind as a bat. Okay, now, for all intents and purposes, this is just a regular, grinder, as you would put it. But the good thing about this grinder is it's got a dust port. It's also got a little spark arrestor contact on there if you've got the appropriate dust extractor for spark arresting. But when instead of the handle here just being stagnant, as you turn the handle, so these brushes, see these brushes? This brush can spin around accordingly to wherever you're grinding or whatever, to try and trap the dust into coming up inside and out the dust extractor. Now, it's a pretty robust sort of unit here. This is, I've got some, now this stuff is rough as guts. This is 25 grit. I mean, you'd reckon you'd rip the crap out of your wood. Then you've got an 80 grit, and then yep, pretty much an 80 grit, I think is the finest they have. You can use it like more like a grinder if you want, it's got the shield here. They've got another type of head that fits it, which fits the standard disc sanding paper. But also too, they've got this copper brush, which you can replace. You can pull out the. Yeah, well, anyway, it's a bit squashy, but you can just pull it out. That's right. You pull the brush out here like this. Can't remember how to do it, but there we go. You pull that out like that. There we go. Peel it out. That's it. You can buy the brushes, and then in here you put the copper one, and you bend the copper one round, and you pop that in. But anyway, I'm not going to do that because it's a woodworking thing. Now, what the copper one is, that's to stop sparks. So if you're sanding some metal and you don't want sparks flying everywhere, that you put on the copper one, and that stops the sparks flying out everywhere. It's a bit tricky to put in. Hang on. Sorry guys. I haven't used this one for a while, so you can excuse me for... Now the trouble is, you've got speed, you've got different speeds at the back, but it's got a dedicated plug, which is a bit of pain, I think, a bit of old school. Probably it's an old what do they call them, Pro Tools or that. So I'll plug this in. Okay, sounds like a grinder. Now what I'll do is I'll get a hose. Everyone said when I bought this to do the job, they all said, "Oh no, this will be too." These are hard to go on these new rubber ends. These are the newer rubber ends on the Festool hoses. Oh, I'm not so sure about them. I reckon they're pretty hard to deal with. Anyway, at the moment I've got an 80 grit. I'll put a new 80 grit one in. Here's a block of wood over here. I'll try and bring the camera a little bit closer. And I've got two vacs. I didn't have this vac on, I had the other one on. Okay. Now, I should have that going through the one dusty instead of me trying to do it from the two. Sorry, guys. Okay, so what you do is you come bring the camera over, and I don't know if you can see it, but that's a really beautiful, smooth sanding job, but it's also can do a very aggressive sanding job too. When you want to, you're using hardwoods, especially Australian hardwoods, you get a variance between the hardwood. The RAS won't look at it. This thing eats it up. Now, okay, so that's the RAS 115. But of course, typical of me, the RAS was in getting service one day. It did play up a little bit because I used it so much on that job. And I did buy it as a demo model from Festool because that was the end of the line. So probably I don't even know why I'm bothering to show you guys because you can't even buy them anymore. Anyway, now look at this baby. Man, oh man, this is the big kahuna. Here's a normal sustainer box. This didn't come in a box. I had to buy a sustainer. I had to buy the sustainer to have something to put it in. But, right. There we go. This is the real. This is a big baby. Now have a look at this. This is huge. This is 180. Dust extraction again. Same principle with the brush to try and stop the dust or capture the dust. You reckon, okay, this is a monster of a thing, but you know what? It's a gentle. This thing is a gentle giant, and I'm going to show you because. All right, we'll put on a bit of cloth. This is a 120 grit. I'll put on an 80 grit. Here's an 80 grit. Oops. There's no holes there for the dust extraction because the dust extraction goes down inside there, down inside those areas there. Anyway, I'll fire this baby up. See if I can drop it round to this side of the bench. Now, I'll endeavour to get the... it's so hard to get on. I wonder whether the Festool guys have even ever tried. Whew, okay, I'll push the box aside. That's a big sustainer, that one. Okay, now, this is a ripper. This is a gentle giant. As I say, I can drop it down to 1. I've got variable speeds. Here's 1. That's smooth already. That's with an 80 grit. That's just now brought that right down. Straight away, that easy. That was on 1. I was setting on, say, about 3.5. Whoops. Now, this one is got so much grunt, you can actually do a bit of shaping with this one. Like I can gouge out this inside if I want. It does it nice and flat, but I can show you. Bit dusty. So here is where I created an indent. It's maybe a bit hard to see, but see, watch my fingers. See, they go down that. So you can sort of, with a rough, yeah, look at all the dust coming off that thing. I don't know why it's throwing out so much dust. It was actually, previously it's always been a lot better. Maybe I've got something's going on. There's a bit more dust than normal, that's for sure. Look at me. Now, if I got that on, yeah, that's unusual. Anyway, there's a bit more. It is me with my fancy mask and I'm not even wearing it. Well, normally it doesn't throw out this much dust, so I don't know what's gone amiss here. Maybe I didn't have the setting right. But anyway, here it is. It's a big unit. I'll get the... After this video, I'll have to find out why the dust has gone everywhere, because normally this is almost nearly dust free. And that's what I've liked about it. So I can't figure out what I've done that's not making it work. All the line seems to be there, but there seems to be an excessive amount of dust. Maybe it's clogged. Okay, so here's the RAS 150, and there's the 200, and then if we turn them around, there's the, sorry, not the RAS, that's the Rotex 150, and that's the 180. You can still buy these. These are still currently available. Where I found this absolutely fantastic is when I'm using Australian hardwoods. I can't believe so much dust in the air. When I've used Australian hardwoods, and I've got a variance in my timbers, this has been absolutely fantastic for sort of ripping it down nice and flat. This will deal with really hard woods. I wouldn't probably use it on soft woods too much because it's pretty aggressive, but on hardwoods, absolutely fantastic. So, now that you've seen how fabulous the dust collection is with it, I'm sure you'll all run out and buy one. Well, if you don't see more videos from me, I've died from dust inhalation. I just can't believe the amount of dust. Unbelievable. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, that's the Festool RAS. Now, most times you ever see anything on this, it's usually by a Russian, and you can't even understand what he's saying. That's when I first saw it. So I think I'm one of the few people that's ever done a review on it, and boy, with a review this good, I'm sure you'll all run out and buy one. Okay, guys, I'll see you again. Keep those questions coming in, by the way. I like the questions because then I can answer them. Okay, see ya.